Well, it looks like it should work. So I have the pin in, it goes through, the top is on. I need another piece of 2x4 because it turns out that, as you can see, there's extra here and over here. The original size that I had cut before I built the top was incorrect. It needed to be slightly longer. I had one extra piece that I was able to fit in that's the correct width. I've since decided that I think instead of just doing a 2x4 on the back, I'm going to do 2x4 along the back and then a double thickness of this 3/4 inch plywood, also pocket screwed and glued together. But yeah, I think this should work fine. And as you see at the top, it has the double width of or double layers of 2x4. Each are again pocket screwed into the end on the inside. And more importantly, it spins. And it spins fairly well. It only has to go over once to put the two sets of tools on, but it does bind slightly, but it does spin, and it does spin nicely. But we'll look on this side. As you can see, there are two pocket screws here, and then there's two pocket screws in behind and the other two before going in. So this is a very solid joint. I'm also going to put a bottom in it. I have to sort out where I'm going to put the wheels, or how I'm going to put the wheels. I do have wheels set up already. I was initially going to do the drop over and back up piece of plywood with wheels. So then you just lift it up, the wheels drop down, a board comes down and holds that straight, and then the wheels ride on it and go. And then you lift it back up and tilt a board to the side and the wheels come back up and it drops solid. I'm not certain if I'm going to do that or if I'm going to just get one of those prefab wheeled expandable cart type things that you get at Rockler or such. Those are awesome. Those are Milwaukee clamps. They're very nice. They work basically just like vice grips and allow you to clamp wider pieces together. But yeah, this all works, and since I don't have another 2x4 and I have not yet glued anything, including the top layers together, because I wanted to make sure it was going to work, and now that I know that it works, I'm going to take it back apart and glue everything, at least all the pieces that I have so far. So I'll glue all the layers in the lid or the top. I'll take these apart and glue the sides. I will leave gluing this long distance and those pieces until I get the other piece 2x4 so I can finish that up and go from there. But the sides as are should work just fine, so gluing that up is all good. The top I know now works for sure, so that will work all nicely. And you can see I used the threaded rod, cut it off. So I have washer, lock nut, and nut on here. I'm probably going to put another nut locked up tight against there to help hold it and also make sure that it's a little bit wider, so if I do bump into it, it's a little bit smoother. That, or I'll just put a wood cap over it. I'm not 100% sure which yet. It shouldn't loosen up, but you can sort of see, if I angle the camera just right, that there is just a tiny bit of space, about the same width as the washer I ended up using, so that was what I wanted. So yeah, the concept works. This should give me a nice, basically 46 and a half, or 46 and a half, 46 and 3/4 inch spinning tabletop. And then the plan, as I mentioned before, is to get a piece of, I think it's 3/8 or 5/8 inch round stock, and run that through the side, probably through right in here, through both of these, and then into the tube or into the top. Again, that was why I put this 2x4 here, because then I can come right through, and that'll be a nice solid connection to run the rod. And if I run a rod through here and on the other side, I don't, that plus having all the weight on the center, I think should be all that I need to make this nice and solid, because there'll be friction fit holes for the rod to go in. But worst case, I can always either add another rod on the back, or I could always add those gate bolts, the flip up over lock, and lock that in this way, and then it's not going to go anywhere. But again, the proof of concept works, and the actual bench unit should work fine as well. I just need more parts, and it's too late to run to Home Depot tonight to get some more. But yeah, I think it's going to work. And then the jointer and the two sanders should be able to go on here no problem. The other option, of course, would be to put the two sanders on for sure, and then finish the other side just as a tabletop. Then if I want to just have extra workspace, which is always awesome, I can do that. And if I want to use the sanders, I can just loosen it, flip it up. It'll be a little heavier than that to flip and not want to stop as easily, but flip it up and then use the sanders, and when I'm done I can flip it and have my tabletop again. So yep, all in all, a pretty fun weekend and a successful one. So again, now I'm going to take it apart and add glue, probably the Titebond, I think Titebond 2 or Titebond 3, I don't remember which one I bought, but one of those. That should work just fine. So that's it.